Yes,
Don't
he's-
you say
I
I
like this
do.
rule.
You suggest it. No.
I
You
think
do
whoever
too.
feels the most passionate about it should start it.
I
No.
don't feel any passion about the show. Show is just literally sex ed for adults. That can be the start. There, we started it.
Now Shadow, go lead off.
I really don't think it was just sex ed.
Well,
It
Shadow,
was
tell us what it's
pretty
about.
much sex ed and
Tell us
just
the
like
basic line and why you selected this
basic
video.
Relational.
Every single fucking person watched the show Poison.
No. Just do it, just in case. Someone could watch this video, be like, I
Maybe
want to
someone
watch
just
that.
likes us
And
and they're
see a
just looking
spoiler
at the next
cast and
video.
just be like, you know what, I'll watch that. That
Well,
makes no
maybe.
sense though. Everyone's already watched it.
No one's already watched it.
That's the premise.
I haven't watched it. Show me the premise, Shadow. What was the show about, Shadow?
The show was about two love-shy 30-year-olds and gods that come down to help them fix their love shyness.
Giggity Gasmoigans.
Giggity giggity. Bow chicka bow wow.
You gotta get the Gasmoigan in there, dude. You're missing it.
I don't think there's any
Okay, how
other
dare
point.
you tucker us?
I will tucker all of you. I'll
I don't
fuck the
even-
world. I will
Oh,
fuck-
Tucker from RVB. Oh,
Yeah.
it's been so many years.
You need to rewatch it every single year, Shadow.
No, I don't.
You
I
do
have,
not
like,
need to
season
rewatch it
3.
every single year. No, you do not need to do that.
I watched it like twice when I was a kid, and that was enough.
I've been watching it since I was a kid. I kept watching
You're
it.
not. You're different. You're weird.
I am the true fan. Okay.
So, how does everyone like the characters?
Well, let's start. Main
Well,
character.
Okay.
Main character. I don't
Is-
remember his name.
He's
I call him Glasses Man.
Protag,
his
just call him
character.
Protag.
I'll give a comparison. His character is as deep as Saitama was in the first episode of One Punch Man. Take that as you may.
I don't know how to take that. I forget how Saitama was in the first episode.
And I never watched it.
He had no doubt. He was
Your
not.
reference is terrible.
Thank you.
Kill yourself.
I'll pass respectfully. But
No. I'll make you kill yourself.
You'll make me, huh?
If I stab you and then give you the blade, would that be technically you killing yourself?
I don't know. Good
If you
question.
forced me to kill you, was that killing yourself?
You know, I mean, if I knocked you out, put a gun in your hand, put the gun against my head, and
No.
Pull
Like,
the
you, like, I
trigger.
don't know, rape
This is
my
minute
baby.
5 and nothing's happened.
What?
We're on minute 5 now.
yeah, I
Okay.
mean,
Okay, apparently we're time
the main character was a very basic character. I mean, he's just a normal guy, you know. Except
It kinda
basically,
creeped me out,
it's just you know what?
episode
Basically,
one.
this just kind of looked like a really bad 40-year-old version with Steve
I don't know, I
Carell.
think it was like the better version of the 40-year-old version. Cause
I
it-
like the
I
40-year-old
was
version. a
so
lot better.
unbelievably bored during that movie every time I've ever
That
seen
was so much more entertaining than this was.
Mm,
it. I was
I'm on the
completely-
shadow here. I didn't like the 40-year-old version.
I was completely uninterested
Ah.
every time I saw it.
I liked it.
And I even had some dude saying, no, watch it again. It gets better later on. I was like, uh-huh. And I watched it, and I was
Better
like, that
after you
was
watch
a
it
waste
the
of time.
50th time.
Hey, that's a shout
But-
out for me. I didn't like that. I hated him the first time I watched it.
I thought it was not interesting, but he was a fun archetype.
I liked it
I
because it was...
enjoyed.
Mm.
I enjoyed him.
That was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I liked
No,
him. I liked
I
him
was gonna
because
get
of how...
cut off, so I
wasn't-
might as well just
I
stop
had
my
no
thought there.
interest in talking right there. I was gonna be quiet.
I liked him because he was actually more normal than most protagonists and didn't actually try to be too absurd. Usually when I see something like this, the main character tries to be incredibly absurd and they save that from far later. Specifically the desert part, but that was about it.
Well, the desert part was just a spoof.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Kenshiro or
I'm
something.
the virgin
Uh,
prey.
yeah. It was a lot. We'll get to that when it comes.
Yeah,
Love interest, whatever her name was.
she was fine.
No issues.
I
Yeah.
liked her. I liked her for one reason. She was a spoof on, like, most anime. For one reason, it's the AK field.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
class.
no, that was a
That was
mecha
hilarious.
thing.
That No, not just mecha, but like every time she used it.
I don't know.
it
Every
was
time she
pronounced-
used it, there was a mech that popped out. So
No, that too. But
then she literally
every time-
turned into a mecha when she went full power. So
What's it called? She
Don't worry though, that evil
Every
mech
time
was
she used
defeated
it-
by the mightiest thing.
Hey,
The true power.
that's sexual harassment.
I don't really think that was.
I know, man. Come on. You know,
Is
hey,
that
you know what?
sexual harassment? That's definitely sexual
That is
harassment.
sexual harassment. You know what? We can look at Code Geass, man. You know, CC sexually harassed the shit out of. Oh my god, I can't remember his freaking name.
I'm gonna let you at this.
Yeah, I forgot his name. Never mind.
I'm not gonna let you off that one. What's his
Suzaku.
name, Reddit?
Yeah, Suzaku.
Oh, it's not Suzaku, by the way.
Yes, it was. He was in that mech. He was in the Lancelot, and as you walked up, she touched the Lancelot when they were attacking Cornelia
Oh, that's
on the
what
mountain.
you're referring
And then she
Introduced
made him
Lady
go
Gaga
crazy.
videos into his head.
Yeah,
The
man.
old ones.
Hey, be quiet, Purple Eyes. Okay.
to. Okay,
Don't need any of those
so
fuckeries.
yeah,
The
so I liked her.
gods.
I feel like they
The
also
god and
made
his
her.
brother. Let's focus on.
They went more of the like what girl feels like in a relationship too. Like for instance, when the desert arc came in, I followed her arc. It was an arc. She got really fat. I thought that was funny.
It didn't go into it as much as I would have liked, but yeah, it did. It did more than most do.
Yeah,
that was
is-
refreshing.
like she's super depressed
Yeah.
because her
And
boyfriend
gives a
just broke her.
reason for why she's depressed later on. So
Yeah,
that was actually
character development,
not
man.
bad. In a relatively short show too.
Mm-hmm.
So the gods. The first guy won right off the bat, unfortunately, because JoJo references all over the first episode, I
Oh
believe.
my god.
Yes,
Throughout
And
the
then
whole
even
show.
later.
The whole
it was awesome.
show.
And then
Just
there's no,
everywhere.
second episode, channel. Because the second episode, the little brother came in,
Yeah, they were literally
which
popping across
is
the whole
was
entire
the
show. Though.
Well,
my
no, he
Mike
was
Wolf.
posing for the first part when, like, observing.
I don't like traps. I don't.
Really, that's your issue with this?
Yes.
It's always gonna be his issue with everything, dude.
I
Boys
think
that
you're
we're
just
talking
scared
about.
of your sexuality. I'm pretty sure that's what this is.
You're scared
You're
of your
like,
sexuality.
that's hot. Oh no! You become Naruto from Ninja Abridged. I'm not gay. I like boys. I'm not gay. I like girls. I'm not gay. I like girls. I'm not gay. I like boys. Damn it!
Oh. I'm glad I started this ranting off the other stuff thing going on now.
Oh.
The bridges are fine. I think one of the bigger problems is that it's just so late. So, goddesses I didn't really like a whole lot because you didn't really get to see a whole lot of them.
Yeah, you know, you get mushroom.
You
Besides
didn't,
that,
yeah.
besides one of them liked the guy and the other one, but they were twins, so it's kind of like okay, whatever.
Stop typing. Poison.
Sorry.
I heard those two keys.
We hear you
The
typing.
mechanical keyboard. It curses me.
It's fine when it's direct from the mic because it sounds good, but when it's a different mic transmitting it, it sounds weird. So, how did everyone like the superintendent? Because I believe he's the only other character?
He was my favorite character. He was
He was awesome.
entertaining
I
part.
loved
He
him.
was the entertaining part of the show.
He was a good bit of fun. I was having fun
He
during
was
the
fun.
desert arc.
He was fun. You know what I mean? He was a fun character. So I liked
See, here's the. I saw that scene where it's just like the Goku scene.
Yeah, the Dragon Ball spoof.
Yeah. Like way before this anime, and as soon as I saw the art direction, I was like, "It's the same anime." Yes.
You're gonna see that scene in its full context.
Yeah.
I get to fully understand the greatness of this.
The best part about that scene in all of its entirety is the baby at the end.
Yeah. No, that is the
Like,
best
oh,
part.
he's so cute. He looks so calm. Forced. So I'm gonna go into the comedy. The biggest thing that hit me on the comedy that actually turned me away is its overdependence on reference humor, which
Oh, I
is
love
just
reference
so strong.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
And
super.
it's a
strong.
problem with this show because I have a feeling that most of the humor that they didn't have that was referential was actually decent. So I felt like they just kind of crutched on reference humor to pull in a bunch of people.
Yeah, and reference humor is double-edged sword because if you get it, it's funny. If you don't get it,
If you
Yeah,
don't, it's
it-
terrible.
It's
just
just
like,
horrible. It's just, you
it's
look
just-
at it like, what is this? Why is this here?
why is this funny? Why?
Yeah.
Why is this happening? Why are they giving me time to laugh at this? What's going on? And it's possibly one of the worst types of humor because not only is it simplistic of like, hey, I know that, but it's also just fucking what we just described, where if you can turn off more people than you can pull in, if they
But
don't,
if you
even if
pull
they
them
don't
in-
get stuff in from
Do we
other
have
ones.
to pull them in though, man?
but if you pull them in, then it's funny. Like it's just
well,
like
it kept well every time something happens that you don't get, it kicks you away.
yeah.
And some of them
But
were
no, that's why it's
pulls,
double-edged
too.
sword.
The double-edged sword.
Because you even said, I love this character in the first few scenes because of JoJo reference.
I was laughing at it because of JoJo references because I
He said it was funny.
Exactly.
because of the reference, yeah.
and then I realized the whole show was that, and I got very disappointed in it really quick, which was pretty much my only gripe with the comedy. Everything else basically hit. It was only a couple scenes that didn't really play well, and most of those were in line with the reference humor over dependence.
Yeah. Oh,
For
yeah.
instance, some of the scenes where the female adult goddess is sitting there talking to animals, I got a good laugh out of that briefly when she's sitting there talking to animals about what's going on. Not to mention the Hoshi pig shit, which was rather humorous, but there's some. I'm gonna definitely have to add a PG, not a PG, but a warning.
Really?
Primarily
Yeah.
because the
All
first
about-
episode straight up shows hentai images.
technically, we're not showing any clips of the show. We
No,
gotta
but
do
I
the
have to warn
safe rated
people that
R.
when I referenced it, you have to be over 18. Or whatever
You know.
your country equivalent is.
The show is only for 30-year-olds, Chad.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
You guys are too young to be watching the show, technically.
It's for everybody.
You're only 28.
I'm 30, actually.
Oh.
He's aged.
Which one was your last birthday?
My birthday was in January.
Wow.
Aged. That happens.
Age is a weird thing.
I've aged too.
Wow. Fucking
old are
rude
you?
poison. Holy shit.
I'm going to be 23 this month.
Shit.
God,
I don't know.
how old it says?
I don't know.
18.
Okay, good. Not the youngest of the group. Can't
Don't
be the
sound so happy about that.
can't be the youngest of the group, man.
Sadly, it's so sad, but that's what he's taking pride in.
I'm also the funny one of the group.
Mm.
Mmm.
My humor is legendary.
Mmm.
You regurgitate memes en masse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the memes are funny.
No.
Not your
puns
memes.
Are the puns are the
Party
great
poison.
equalizer.
Everybody good.
Okay,
Puns
so back
would-
to the
The
Good
poison is the poison in your name, and that's the puns. Punsin.
puns and fun. I have fun with my puns.
I don't know. So, anyone else want to say anything about the comedy in the show, or
Mhm.
No, the comedy was very straightforward. Like you said,
It was-
a lot of
It was
references.
super funny at some
You
points.
know? Yeah.
Other
Sometimes it was
points, I'm
great.
like, oh, that
Sometimes,
kind of dragged on.
yeah.
Some
Sometimes
points.
they ran a joke too long.
Mhm.
Sometimes their jokes just didn't match the situation. Like they just tried to throw something random out there to try and be funny because they felt like they needed a joke here.
yeah,
Sometimes I didn't like
that kind of
the-
started annoying me when they started doing that. I'm like, okay, it's like, come on, guys, really?
For instance, in the beginning where the goddess throws out the bear, her teddy bear, and it breaks. She's like, no. It's kind of humorous, and then they. Kept...
Yeah, it's like it was just like that was totally like,
duck phone.
yeah.
Duck penis phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Characters.
comedy. That's
Yeah.
comedy is basically character. That's
Comedy
close
is-
enough.
Basically, yeah, but yeah, it's a character of its own. There you go. Voila, two birds with one stone.
So, yep, now I'll go episode structure.
I don't know. How did y'all think about the romance between the two protagonists? I
Love
think it's
interest?
probably one better done ones, considering.
No. Yeah, but that's because, of course, it was going to be the better done one because the show is based around their relationship, so they had to at least get that right.
Well, most shows don't even make an attempt.
Yeah, I know, but most shows
is an
aren't
issue.
like this show with the way it
Yeah, it's
presents.
comedy
Yeah, but when
or
any
like
other show,
romance.
like for instance, when I see a romance in Gundam and there's no depth on it, it's just why is this here? This doesn't need to be here.
I understand
Eradicate
that, but again, you're
Well, the
talking
reason
about
Gundam isn't for.
I don't watch Gundam because I don't like seeing pilots getting thrown around from minor infantry bullets hitting them. But
Yeah, but no, but regardless, like it's like Gundam isn't that type of show. This is that show. The whole show is based around the relationship between the two characters.
Yeah.
So if they couldn't get that right, I
that
would
show's
have
flop.
even be here right now.
But this
Okay.
didn't even have the runtime that most other shows give the two characters, though.
Yeah, but
in
the
terms
other
of the time.
characters usually there's something else to the relationship.
I'm saying the
though.
writers need to give a shit on all the other shows. Is what I'm saying.
Oh no, they definitely do. That is a big issue.
Because
Most
that's
relationships
being the weakest
aren't
part
real.
is always the most annoying, especially when it was so simple to get done here.
Yeah.
Like, all the scenes that they do with doing sexual tension right off the bat could be immediately replaced with stuff like this and make it much better. But
We're
I
talking
didn't
about this anime is like 100% sexual tension between them.
no, it's towards the end, but in the beginning, he doesn't even know her.
No, it's sexual tension with the brother.
There's only a couple scenes.
I didn't like any of them.
There's enough.
You're just scared of traps. That's literally it.
I'm scared of traps. I don't like traps.
You're
scared of
terrified.
traps.
You're
You can
terrified
make a
of
really
all
cute
sexuality.
Not give it a
will
penis.
One day you'll grow up. One day you'll grow
I
up.
will never go. You go suck a dick.
How?
I mean,
Probably
is it
from a trap. Yes.
That's the question.
If you have to suck a dick, at least it's from a trap, I guess.
Eh.
Hey, whatever bright side you can have while
I mean, if
sucking
it's a
dick.
god, it's hardly even.
We don't know what the god butthole.
That was
It's-
amazing. That was actually the moment that I started laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, that was actually funny. His desire
Okay.
just to get it over with and be like, alright then, I'll give you the most pleasurable experience you could possibly imagine. You have no idea the strength of a god.
I'll suck you in. My ass. My asshole.
Hey, no. He wasn't sucking him in, he was sucking his dick in. Or
No,
hoping
he
to.
was sucking this whole entire body in.
And technically that might count depending on how that works.
So that's
So
strength form of fisting.
that's actually the first episode, so the
Yeah, so what's
problem with
what's
the show being so short is that certain events mark the episodes, basically. For instance, the zoo episode is literally they just go to a zoo.
Yeah. Well, that's just their first date. That's their first real date. That's
Yeah.
what that references towards.
Okay, so let's just go to episodic structure. Episodic structure.
Episode 1 is when the god shows up and you find about the
He's
protagonist.
basically
And then you get that creepy first scene. I hate the first scene. Almost pulled me away from
He
didn't like-
just like appears in his room naked.
that and Momoko. You got used to it
Yeah,
later.
that's just you just not
I
being
thought that
able to
was
sexually.
funny.
I
No,
got
most
a
of the
kick out of
scenes
that. I
were
The
thought
way
that was
she's
hysterical.
animated, I didn't like.
Mhm.
I'm okay with the concept, but
If it's
It,
because they
like-
took a real picture of a real sex doll.
yeah, and so flopped it in there. It was very disconcerting.
It was hilarious.
It was actually very funny. I love that. They
No,
get
I got it. Like,
hostage too to get him moving
Mhm.
forward to the show.
yeah.
Yeah.
Funny part, it wasn't even his sex doll. He was borrowing it to do work.
Sex
Which
master. His
so
name is Sex Empire.
creepier, which makes it so much creepier.
Yeah.
You know, he ends up
You know that's been used.
whipping Wanda.
Wanda.
Like, hey, Wanda, no, it's whipping Wanda today. Why is he tied up on that? Don't ask
Yeah.
questions.
Pet. Pet.
Hoshi, this is a bit weird. You know this is normal in Scandinavia, right? Silence! That was great. That whole episode was
That
pretty
was
good.
really good. Yeah.
Just him constantly rationalizing it against everything. I'm just like, this is
Everyone's like
normal.
freaking out over it. He's just like, this ain't bad.
Alright.
Okay, episode 1.
Well, episode 1 was
We
just
did
God showing
one.
up.
What's the introduction?
And now let's
And
let
then his
favorite
butthole.
scene from that, because and then his butthole.
That is butthole.
Yeah. And Butthole makes a second scene, sir. Second appearance. Okay.
Yeah.
With the superintendent.
Yes.
Oh,
They have
yeah,
the
it does.
butthole
Yeah,
off.
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
so
virgin
sure.
butthole versus the
The
butthole
butthole
of
that's what
God.
Pearson Heavens.
Yeah.
Little brother showing up as a trap.
I don't like it.
Episode 2.
I don't like it.
I thought it was funny because you had a protagonist who was almost going for it. And then he
Boys
figured
that
out it
did
was
go
a boy.
for
I
it.
was like, should I stop?
Bullshit said, in Fate Stay Night, the best girl was a boy.
Yeah? Rightfully so. Have you seen that boy? Best
Very
girl.
true, boy.
Best girl
Oh,
by
no.
far. Cute pink hair, cute cat teeth, short skirt, still armored. I don't know. You got an issue with that?
Yes. Yes, I do.
And again, I have a feeling your biggest issue is traps.
My biggest issue is penises.
I think it's just you.
Penis. I don't like
literally
penises.
in
I
your
find
head.
that more funny than anything.
Yeah, that is actually like, the funniest part of this.
I don't like it. It's unnatural. It's evil. It's deceit.
What is your issue with cross-dressers?
I don't have anything to do with cross-dressers.
They're traps. They're guys in
They're
girl
not.
clothing.
Mm.
A guy who has a feminine appearance and he's
I am
dressed
going to find that trap assassin. It's a whole entire show about this trap. Not a trap. An assassin who likes cosplay.
Outstanding.
good for you.
It's episode 3. I don't really remember what happens, but the superintendent attacks him because he smells female on
He
the
smells a
phone.
female. Yep.
Yeah.
He smells, I smell a woman.
I must protect my virgins.
I must protect you, my virgin. Duh.
That's hilarious. I love that whole entire arc.
Yeah.
His character. I must protect my virgins.
Oh, this is when I was starting to say, like, it does, honestly, it does have some decent advice in there for relationships. It's
Yeah,
not
like-
honestly the worst. Some of it's a bit odd, but most of it actually kind of works. For instance, it doesn't matter who you meet, just go out and meet people. It's like they don't have to be the person you like, but go out and say hi,
Always
exchange
beginning then with a
conversation,
missionary position.
and see the true beauty in people, not just the hours, but then immediately proceeds to go back to the hours.
Bullshit.
Well, no, because remember, he used that at the end when she got fat. He didn't care.
Yeah.
So it did come
Yeah.
back around.
Yeah, no.
Also,
I
some of
give
the
you
advice
reference.
that really actually hit me was when he started talking about how you shouldn't stare into another person's eyes for more 10 seconds, and I was like, what? Really? I started thinking about that. I was like, the last encounter I've had with people usually is me staring at their eyes unblinking.
Yes, this
Usually
is
because
why
I have
have
no
friends.
interest in the
Here's the
person.
thing. I've learned to look at their forehead. Then you're not looking in their eyes, but they think you are.
You see, here's the thing. If I want to talk to you, I'll actually look at your eyes. But if I don't like you, I'm gonna 1,000-yard stare you that I learned in basic training.
No, you just always look at their forehead, dude. Everyone
No.
You're looking
You
at their
look
eyes.
past them and it destroys them.
No, I get what you're saying. But no, what you do is you look at, like, whenever you look at their eyes, because sometimes when you stare at people's eyes, they get intimidated. But if you look at their forehead, they don't ever get that form of intimidation.
But I'm not trying to get you fuck away from me.
One of the problems I did have with the advice that I gave is that all the female advice was primarily sexual. None
Yeah.
of it was like
And the
normal
guys-
advice, which was kind of disappointing a bit, because it was the most advice that she got was, well, that was also her goddesses, right? Because
Yeah.
they were overly
They were her
focused on that, trying to break her into like, no, it's fine. Like, even the biggest thing about her relationship was that she didn't want to do cowgirl, I believe.
That
was something about her.
that was weird.
Specific.
It's like, there's something weird about me. There's something wrong. What is it? I don't want to do cowgirl.
That's that's
You
the
can
only
move the
thing.
penis
holding
however
you
you like, though, Shadow.
back. That's the only thing holding you back. Are you serious? of all possible things to hold you
And
back.
it's like maybe her goddesses fucked her up on that. Maybe her goddesses were trying to push that a bit too much. Forwards, you find the females goddesses. Andu-san? Ando?
On
Oh,
the
no, I just
one,
remember
I don't know the
one
Asian.
being flat, the other one being big chested.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm talking about
They're
that
buff.
girl.
Yeah, I am too.
No.
Yeah.
She wasn't flat. The little one wasn't flat.
Yeah, she was.
No, she had like a BC cup. What are you talking about? You even see it in some scenes. Or at least a good old side boob for some reason. For instance, when she was nursing them back to health and she was in an apron alone.
Yeah.
By herself.
What about it?
Apparently was wooed by the god all of a sudden.
No,
After
they
the-
went
oh
into-
no, it was
they had
after
a
the animal.
relationship. They had a relationship when they were younger. They went into that before, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
when they were
Slipped up
young,
his-
you remember the god? He had like the legendary panty flip,
Yeah.
and he like was dragging her upside down by her skirt. Fucking great.
Wholesome memes.
Got his face beaten. Why'd you do it, by the way? Because I liked your reaction. Beating my face in for a good 2 minutes.
Hey, you can't judge
Oh, Hoshi joined in on helping him in episode 4 as well.
him.
And started describing all,
Oh,
the,
yeah.
all the ways he interacted. And the god's like, really, Hoshi's done it? And he's like, yeah, no. He likes stargazing, so he made a community of friends. And has
That's
tons
his
of numbers
model.
from around the world. Started going to his... Hoshi was...
Jose was a
Fine.
one-note joke, and I liked him. Which is-
He was funniest when he was being calm. I didn't really like him too much when he was being over-exaggerated. They did use him as a example on what not to do in a date at a certain point.
yeah, bad manners.
Yeah, all the bad manners you can do.
Yeah.
Which was funny. And then they got together.
Well, they got together because they found a common interest.
Yeah.
Whoops.
And also she probably liked the
Being
fact
in
that he was a
control.
pig.
Yeah, she probably was a chubby lover.
Knowing her. Yeah.
Chubby wubby. I call them
Chubby
chubby wubbies.
I actually liked the interactions within the protagonists.
And the protagonist.
Well, you know, like all their interactions they had, like on the roof, primarily.
Mm-hmm.
On the roof, when they were actually being
you mean
sensitive to each
love
other, wasn't
interest.
bad. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but I don't know.
It was heartfelt, but
Yeah. It was. I don't know. I went in after the first episode thinking I was going to get like a Gintama kind of thing.
Gintama. Really relating this to Gintama?
Yeah. Like, it was just a gag show. That's what my first thing was. So having these, like, emotional scenes was like, oh.
Oh, I just
Mm.
figured this was, just sex ed for adults. It's kind of just the perspective I still take on the show. But
Well, you're not wrong. I'm
Yeah.
going to say you're right, but you're not wrong.
I know I'm not wrong, bitch.
So episode 5 is he takes 3 months, I believe, to on the
Wow.
roof before
Call
trying
her.
to ask her out again
Call
after getting
her.
denied.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he's away training, question mark, for those months.
Training can be done in multiple ways, so.
Training is very emotional.
Well, it's hard to tell what happened because they give you 2 different stories. One of the god, and he says he got fit and he looks good. And then there's one of the kid who's like, he got fat and ugly and then worked off that weight. And then became the same again. So he just circled.
The god just wanted to look at the positive. That's what it was. The kid was being 100% honest. He just wanted to be positive.
The kid was a god, too. How dare you?
Ah.
So number 6 is when they became a couple on the roof.
Yeah.
Actually brought out.
The
And-
cowgirl position. No, that was later.
No,
Yeah.
that was that. That was that.
That was
pretty
in?
sure.
That
Yeah,
was in on the roof?
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure that was done.
She's like, cowgirl. Like, good. That was random.
I don't know what that was about, but sure.
AK Field. Self-defense. In self-defense class, she learned how to.
How to go
Produce an AK
cowgirl.
field.
The great
Episode-
would defeat an AK field. Just go cowgirl. Bam. Defeated. Collapses upon itself.
Episode 8. The light. Oh no. Episode 7 is Protag brought her over to his home. No, brought her over to her home. My apologies.
Yeah, because they couldn't go to his home because the
Yeah.
Virgin King was there.
Yeah.
Which was also weird that they both set of gods had the exact same plan, waiting at their houses.
And the little brother's just sitting there like, oh,
stuck
when he's
there
gonna get
by
here?
himself. Just
I wonder when they're gonna get here.
yeah,
I'm sure he'll be here soon.
yeah, right. Never even give him a call. Dude, that was dickish. Again, he would have had to track it past the Virgin King, and I would have kind of felt bad for him because that old man kind of
That old man had a cold.
has some transformation jutsus up his ass going on.
No, he reminded me of Roshi.
No.
Only
I
in
agree with
Super. Only in Super.
No, he did in the original.
No, Roshi didn't grow like that in the original.
No, he did.
did.
He did grow in the original.
Did he?
Yeah, he gets actually super like it's most. It looks weird too because it's mostly his upper body.
Yeah, when he first shows the Kamehameha. This was back when Kamehameha was long.
You mean back in Dragon Ball? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm like 90% of people will forget that existed because it's Dragon Ball.
So
So
Dragon Ball was good.
I ain't saying it's bad.
It had a good power scaling.
Have you ever
Mhm.
watched Dragon Ball?
Mm-hmm.
I did.
From start to finish.
I did watch some. I remember a few things.
When did you watch Dragon Ball?
A while
Me
ago.
about 12 years ago.
Episode
I watched that shit over a decade ago. So
Episode 8's the episode about kissing. How to do a proper kiss.
the girls were hysterical when they had the hand tongue puppets.
Mm-hmm.
That was the
I
best
liked-
part of that one.
I liked how the guy the male character was like, should I kiss him?
He's adorable. He's the
He's
cutest
the-
thing I've ever seen.
And then the girl got no choice. She was like, God,
I'm shoving my tongue down your throat, damn it.
let me shove my tongue in your throat. Let me shove it.
Oh, something that actually dissuaded me in episode 7. I was kind of annoying the protag coming in his pants in episode 7. That kind of annoyed me, honestly, over anything. Because, like, why would you? Why would you
what?
even?
Wait, what was this?
He looks
Read
and
this.
sees the vibrator, the egg under the bed,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and starts going off in his head.
Yeah.
And even the gods are sitting there. He's like, "Don't!" And then he comes. He's like, "I didn't even know you could do that without touching it."
I didn't even know you could do that. That was hysterical. Come on, man. How'd you not find that funny?
It was funny.
You didn't
Point
even
given to the humor department.
I didn't find that. I thought it was more annoying how he got so far. It's like, nope, you've botched everything.
It's the whole entire joke behind that
Reset.
one.
Reset, go back to square one. The breakup over Momoko was actually funny. I really liked
Yeah.
that. That was the next episode.
Yeah,
no,
Momoko
no,
was
that was
Momoko.
no, that was 10. 9 was BDSM.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where it
yeah.
was showing
That was also the zoo episode then, right?
yeah, that was the zoo. That was all the zoo.
episode 2?
I think it
Yeah.
started with them.
It started with them
No, the last
meeting at the
episode was
convention.
them.
at the convention.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And then it starts the next episode when they're
They're going on their first date. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And half time she just had time, just the angels just talking to animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Episode's more about Wanda and Hoshi than anything.
Yeah.
They stole that episode easily.
Yeah.
Just Wanda,
Is-
what are you
is he
doing in
okay?
that outfit?
Yeah, okay.
It's whipping Wanda today. It's Friday. Or Tuesday.
This is my Friday outfit. That was Friday. Fridays.
We mostly talked. The breakup over Momoko I actually kind of liked.
Yeah, no, it was done well.
Because it's pretty real. Of
It's like Momoko is Momoko. You're not Momoko.
Momoko is Momoko. It's a doll.
That was still funny though. She's like, I can't do it because the doll. She starts comparing herself to the
The
doll.
doll beats me in
She's
every
like-
way.
It's like she makes dinner. The doll just starts sucking up all the dirt. Like, oh my god, like, really?
And
Yours
then
is
the
good,
last
but I
one, she
would rather have
realizes, Momoko-chan, you're helping me. And it's like, I'm just a doll. I literally can't do anything.
I'm
It's
just a
like,
dog.
oh, I've been stupid. This was me being dumb, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I actually liked how it wasn't about that he had Momoko that she went into depression, so that he didn't ask her to go with him that caused her to get depressed. That was actually...
Which is bullshit.
What do you... No, what do
She
you mean?
already broke up,
Because it wasn't.
already over, and then she gets
Yeah.
mad that he didn't ask her to come along.
Well, no,
Then
it's
he
like they
shouldn't have had
didn't
to ask her.
fully break up, I don't think. But
No, they
that's
They
what-
broke
didn't
up.
fully break up, but here's the thing. It was about Momoko. Everyone knows it's about Momoko. But she, no. I didn't care
She
that
did-
Momoko.
she
I just
did
wanted
change
you
it,
to
yeah.
take me
But
with
it was initially about Mom.
Well, no, because she got over Momoko and then probably got depressed that
But
she...
he was already
heard.
gone by then. No,
Yeah,
that's
he's
the
already
thing.
gone.
He was already gone.
And
no.
she was depressed that she didn't ask her to come with.
And
She
Which
was
honestly
doing-
would have been interesting to see her interact with the old guy in the desert. I would have
that would
actually...
not have happened, and then we would have never gotten on the Virgin Prince. Okay, what the god? That whole epilogue, which was
That was
hysterical.
pretty good.
Wait, I can't see.
That
Let me
was
take
great.
off my blind. My
The
Friday.
blinder.
Okay.
Then you see that the red is just painted on underneath.
Yeah,
He was just trying to make himself look edgy.
Yeah.
edgy as possible.
Virgins of the
Gotta
world,
have-
give me your energy.
Gotta have,
A single gopher pops up. He's already been able to perform a surgeon bomb
he
already.
can already
amazing.
summon the Virgin Bomb. Unbelievable.
He's the newest incarnation of the Virgin Prince.
Yeah.
He's
And I like how they
super-
started it off with the Virgin Prince, which is a really hot god. It's like, you can't withstand my body.
And then the
The
final
world,
attack was
give me
ha,
your
lifting up the
power.
skirt. He's
No,
just like,
me.
oh, that's pretty impressive. It's not gonna break me though.
And then she's like,
I'm
where did all this
strong.
power come from? It's like, really?
Yeah, no, the Dragon Ball spoof. It's really funny.
Yeah, I know.
Give me your energy.
So I like it was the Frieza thing because she couldn't see the power the whole time until he threw it. So it was just like, it was fucking great.
That's a Dragon Ball spoof.
Yeah, I know. It was
Yeah.
great.
What is that light? Oh my god! I didn't see it. How did I not see that?
Honestly, in the show it makes sense because it's never on screen. Except for when it's the only thing on screen.
Yeah.
So it's really fucking high up there.
So,
Desert training, then they get back, and he gets back together with Mom.
Then they get back together.
during that scene, the kid got sexually harassed by the big breasted angel.
Oh, by the Virgin Prince, yeah.
The Virgin Prince
No.
harassed him, then the big breasted angel came and saved him, and then sexually harassed him more.
I don't think
Yeah.
she sexually harassed
She
him.
sucked his dick. She sucked his dick, and you know she did. We all know what happened.
Oh,
Only
by the way,
Charlie.
during all this, there's the relationship with the god and the smaller goddess.
Yeah, yeah. The two main gods of each person, them having that
Oh
relationship.
yeah, also during the zoo, she's with the little boy. She's with the boy and was like, "That's a
No, it's not.
penis. That's a
That's not-
penis."
Oh yeah.
No,
That's
a
a
penis.
Then they looked at the giraffe neck, and she's like, "Could that even fit in me?" Like, that's
No,
a
no.
giraffe's neck.
No. She was like, "How big is your brother?" A little bit smaller than that. But that even fit him? That's why he said that.
Mm.
It was in reference to his brother's penis.
Which is weird because, you know, in the scene where he's standing there naked in his room, there's literally nothing. Not even balls. So you know what? And I would say that this show would have showed that. So I'm feeling that's a lie. I'm just gonna assume that's a lie.
Don't assume, Shanna.
How dare you
Evil.
make an ass of you and them?
How do you make an assumption?
Just trying to get back together. 12 the ending, which was nice. I like the ending.
Well, the
Yeah,
ending
it's
was
just
nice.
like-
Yeah,
The ending
the
was
gods
pretty good.
kind of. The ending,
not
the
good at
gods kind of
goodbyes.
came to the realization that as long as we're here, they'll never take it to the next step. But we can't let them know we're leaving. You know,
Mhm.
yada yada.
They'll
and
do
then
it
they
on their
left.
own given time.
Yeah, exactly. And then the scene of him a few years later with his kid.
He's
Talking
like,
about
I
gods.
want.
I want to meet them.
I want to meet them.
Go
Oh
down.
no,
No,
that's
no.
not a. No, no.
This is stuff
Hopefully
you want.
hopefully you never have to meet them. But she's like,
That means
he's
you're
like,
30
okay,
and
thank
haven't
God.
had sex yet.
And you're about to go through some crazy
I don't know.
shenanigans.
I think the temptations are strong there. Man, think of all the power you could have as the Virgin King, though.
Oh man, right?
Oh, and every continent has their own Virgin King. Remember, because he shows up on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
continent.
I was about to
Yeah.
say, like,
Yeah.
oh, we
Yeah,
were
because
talking about
he just defeated the
new
Desert King. That's why he
yeah,
went to the desert.
Burger King.
Yeah.
And I won. Of
It's
course.
been a while since I've had a fight as good as that.
Of course I won.
Of course, he's the true Virgin King, man. The one who will overthrow the gods themselves.
The
Why
gods
do you
aren't that
think-
strong, though.
Why
To
do you
be
think
real.
the gods never tried to fight him? He
Yeah.
ran every time because he was just too powerful and they knew the strength of this Virgin King.
Except for the one goddess who actually fought him and obliterated him in one hit. But
We don't speak of that goddess.
Well, that's after she sucked dick. So
Very
after
true.
women suck dick, they get incredibly strong.
No,
They
she
do,
didn't.
yeah.
Well, she did.
No, she didn't.
She didn't what?
She didn't at that time. She hit him first. That was
She
why
sprayed
she was
like
able
oil
to
in
get
her eyes.
And then she was like, "Oh yeah, I need to go suck that little boy's dick."
No, and then she was like, "Oh shit, I'm doing stuff." I don't
Oh,
know what
I
was
have
up with that. I feel like that was a reference to something again.
That might have been. I don't
And
know.
I just
as
didn't
soon
get
as-
it, and that was
as
like that was almost
soon as-
weird.
Maybe it was like as soon as like someone has sex, they get
Like it
way
led
more
to
s-
funny things of like her. I think when she was doing the tongue thing was funny, and when she was about to kiss it in the background, she was going ham on the other tongue puppet.
No, that
just like
was
picking up and twisting it around.
the other scene.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know that's what I'm talking about though. Like that was the one time that was funny to me, but most of the time when she was just doing random stuff was It was a bit like, oh wow, look at us how random we are, and I was like, that's fine.
But
insert random attempt for a joke here.
Yeah, that was her character for the most of it.
Mhm.
and then when she sucked a dick, she got really slutty.
She
'Cause
didn't
she-
suck a dick. There was no dick.
Yeah,
There was
she
condiments. It was condiments.
No, because then know why I know it? Because after she did that, she bitch slapped him away. You just see her silhouette and his silhouette, and her face go down in his crotch shadow.
No.
You do go
I
rewatch
didn't
it.
notice that.
No, apparently you didn't.
What episode was that in?
It was during the
I was
Prince
like
episode.
11 during the Prince of. I think that was 11.
during the Prince episode. We watched after this.
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. I'll wait.
That's not when they're in the desert. This is right when he's at the desert. How did it come like this? Our virginity still remains strong.
Virginia will always.
Like, is it after she knocks him away, right?
Yes.
All right. Also,
After
to the
he-
virgin over there, listen up well. You're not bad, just inexperienced.
No, before that. Because that's after she did it.
She sprays herself with the goo. My eyes. Oh. I'm pretty sure that was just her picking him up. That
Why'd they
was
black
her
out the
picking him up
silhouette?
because in literally the next scene, she's holding him cradled. That,
Yeah. No.
No.
Why'd they black out their silhouette show?
Because it's a low budget show. And they don't want to animate it. What are you talking about? You saw the show. Stop.
Shadow. That's the first time they ever did that. If they did that,
No, there's nothing there
I
that says
wanted to
any of
prove
that.
to you. Yes, it is. They completely
No, it's-
black out the silhouette.
Oh my god,
Reddit.
why is this the thing?
I'm not getting
Reddit.
involved.
This
I'm
is
not
so
getting
stupid.
No.
Do you think?
I'm not getting
Do you
involved.
think that little boy got his dick sucked?
I'm not getting involved.
You're already involved.
I'm no longer involved.
With a tiebreaker.
It's between the
Three
two of you.
people here.
I am not being a tiebreaker. No, it is you two.
Shadow. They didn't show that low budget anywhere else in the show.
What?
Where they completely blacked out a silhouette.
Here's the start where he's picking up the guy, throwing him. Here's literally the next cut.
Gotta go on Discord now.
Here's literally the next cut. After he threw the Virgin Prince, of him grabbing him by his legs so he doesn't fall.
Completely black.
Picks
silhouette.
him up, and
then
very
you get a face shot
next
of him
one.
with an whole face.
No, that's him being going, oh, I'm being picked up, not being thrown. And then the very next fucking scene is him being held cradled in the background with no time in between. I don't know where you're getting this from.
She's a god, Shadow.
Like, the show does enough perverted shit. You don't need to be making up fake shit.
That's not made up. People
What
in the
part
comments.
of this?
People in the comments, break this tie.
There's no
Vote
tie.
and we'll tell
You're
you
just
who
being
won
stupid.
next
There's
week.
nothing there.
No, there's
I
something
literally just showed you scene by scene of what happens, and there's
Yes.
nothing.
there. No, there is something. That little boy got his dick sucked.
No.
Yes.
Poison, are you Addy?
No.
Don't say it like Mark Wahlberg did. That doesn't,
No, I say it
that
like
doesn't
you.
bode well for you.
What? Like Mark Wahlberg too.
You know, in that one movie, is it Mark Wahlberg in the one movie that's bad, and he's like, "You're here to kill me and steal my stuff," and he's like, "No, no, no, I'm not, no, never." But no, that's not.
I haven't seen that movie.
Literally nothing here. It's about
Oh.
plants that kill you. There's literally nothing here that says any of that.
Well, if you don't see that scene, I'm glad for you.
I fucking showed you frame by frame what happened.
Yeah, and you're not seeing it because you don't have a perverted mind. Take that as a blessing, Shadow.
I
Take that
don't
as a
get how
blessing.
you could see anything of that. That's just
That's
so
what's-
out of context. Anyways,
If you don't get it, I'm not gonna.
so ending
that'll
thoughts of
ruin
the
trip.
show. That was enough of a waste of time. Ending thoughts of the show. Anyone else wanna?
No. I'm sorry. My whole thought process was thrown off by that long, intriguing debate you two had.
Nope. Ratings.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Does anyone have any
No.
No,
the ratings? And okay.
No. No.
I don't want to give this show a rating. I mean,
I'm gonna give it. Wait, what? We're giving it a rating.
I don't really want to,
No
though.
final thoughts.
No final thoughts. No.
How can there be no final thoughts?
Because that debate deserved to be the final thought.
Ugh.
Okay, I'll start it off. Because apparently no one wants to start it off.
I give it a 6.
I'd recommend it as a gag show. I liked it. Give it a 7.
I think it was a comedy show, not a gag show, but
There's no difference. That's what a gag show
Alright.
is. A gag show is just meant. It's meant as a bunch of jokes, which is a gag.
so the show was alright, but its over reliance on reference humor actually killed huge parts of it. It makes me feel like if you didn't watch a ton of anime and if you didn't like a ton of different stuff, you're not gonna like most of the humor in this, and it's just gonna fall flat on its face. Like you'll get some things, but most of it's just gonna be, why are they doing that? Why is this happening? Why are they
achievement.
doing this? So whereas I would have given it a 7, I'm gonna have to go with a 6 because of just how much they used not the amount much they
References.
used reference humor as just such a crutch, and they didn't make up many of their own jokes, and which was disappointing because all their own jokes that they had were funny. There was very few of their own jokes that fell because they had the setup. They did everything. With the reference humor, it's expecting you to pre-know the setup. Why this is like this, why this is happening. And where that's funny if you know it, if you don't, it kills the scene and hurts the episode. So, I'm going to go with a 6. I probably wouldn't recommend it to most people who didn't like anime, but for somebody who's seen a ton of it,
Oh yeah, this is not a
maybe
first
it's a
anime.
bar. Well, like, even like if you watch 10, You need to watch a bunch of shit. They had
You
fucking
need to like be hardcore.
yeah. They
anime.
had like Kenshiro in there, and no one fucking
Hardcore
watches
fan.
Kenshiro now.
Mm-hmm.
Watch
It's the
Kenshiro.
North Star. I mean,
No
that
one
shit's back
watches
in the
that shit. That shit's
90s.
terrible
Oh.
now.
I know what you're saying. Like for every single reference, you have to watch it. Like you know that scene where he's like on like he's a boxing scene.
Yeah, it's like Ippo or some shit or some predetermined
No,
one.
it's from an
Yeah,
older
it's one from before
boxing
that, yeah.
show. It's from an old ass boxing anime,
Yeah, and
like
it's,
older than Ippo.
Yeah, and even Ippo was getting into the points of most of it's boring and not fun to watch at all because it's just aged.
Let's not start this. Let's not start this.
I think you'd be really disappointed
I
if you
mean,
recommended Ippo.
Ippo, you just watch the boxing
I'm not
matches.
Exactly,
That's
and then you
really
laugh
it.
at the stupidity.
Yeah, because that's what the entertainment is. Like the whole training thing, and not really much. There's literally no character development in Ippo. For like the whole
I mean,
fucking
what
show.
is it? What's the chapter
He's
on
the
him
same-
still trying to date his girl? Like, still trying to start?
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, like, literally on like chapter 1200, he still hasn't asked her out yet. He's like 30 years old at this.
He's nervous. He has.
There's no way, like, it's
old. He has
That's
in
not-
like
not
episode
the
10 or some
championship.
shit. It's
like-
fine.
You haven't watched it. All you watched was the fight scene.
Yeah, and I saw the anti Deb-Zero.
You're making.
And I
You're
lost my
exaggerating
shit
it.
and how stupid
It
it
was.
is.
It's
No,
the
they
anti-Dem
go
Zero.
on
It's the
about it, and they're like, this is the
anti-Dem Zero. It's the
anti-Dem
Zero. And
Zero.
that's the
Because they're countering counter which counters the counter which counters the counter.
anti-Dem. It only goes on 4 antis, okay?
It's incredibly fucking stupid.
Stupid, which
Yeah,
is
like,
not even an anti.
was
It's just
funny.
basically he goes faster and swings harder.
No, it's
That's it.
not. He breaks his ligaments.
And then is able to do it still.
And then still able to stand with torn ligaments in his leg.
Yes, and guess what?
And in fact speeds him up. Much like when you get knocked out, you become a more accurate and deadly boxer.
Oh yes, no, absolutely.
That's fucking.
Okay. So,
That absolutely made me
six,
laugh.
six.
That was the best
Seven.
fight. That was the best fight in the show.
it was very well
6,
animated.
7. Unfortunately, this is a. Reddit, do you also feel that it was? Why is it a 6 and not a 7 for you?
Me, truthfully, I just felt like it's just a straight gag, and when a show's just a straight gag, you can't give it too many because
Yeah.
it's just based off the humor.
Mhm.
When charm of the show is purely based off humor, it can't get super high, really. Very rare cases,
Mhm.
which you can make an exception to that rule. I know you didn't like it, but Konosuba for me was one of those exceptions. You know, in the right state of mind.
Mhm.
I will agree.
But this show was nowhere near that status to be able to get an above average grade, like a really above average grade for.
A part of this feels to me like some people got together and wanted to do a quick fun thing.
Yeah.
It feels a lot like they want to do a quick fun project. Oh, something I didn't talk about. The music. The first song was kind of missy for me because it was just a romance song. But then the end credits song is like super fucking well done out of nowhere. It's like this heavy rock.
The end credit song.
And it's like,
actually.
what the
I
fuck
don't-
is this?
I don't listen
Awesome
to the end
music.
I
credits.
don't listen to end credits. Yeah, so I have no idea.
Neither of us.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Neither of us know what you're talking about.
I don't. I don't listen to the end credits. I apologize. I heard like the first few and it was pretty upbeat, but I usually just turned it off and went to the next one.
I see how it is. I
Do
see
you
how all
really?
this is.
Do you now?
I see how all this is. Y'all missed that epic scene in JoJo where Dio busts through the credits,
I probably did
Intro
miss
and-
that scene.
kicks the shit out of Jotaro, and looks like he's gonna kill Jotaro. They also do that in this when it ends and the final episode is rolling its credits. You actually have the end credit scene progresses to the final stage where they're actually a family and stuff, and actually looks really nice. So there is an advancement in the end credits. I really like it when shows do that because it's attention to detail. Which is
Yeah.
shocking considering that the show ran at a 12-minute runtime usually, like
Yeah.
more around
It
10
was
minutes.
very well done for the
10 minutes and it was
time.
12 episodes, so it was like, you can get this done in...
It
this
is.
show is incredibly easy to binge.
Yeah.
Like, you
It,
can...
it was well paced. They
Trust
visually
me, Shadow,
didn't
I know.
screw around.
Mhm.
Okay, listen. Stop that.
All right. I wasn't even.
All
I wasn't
right,
even
so-
dirty.